so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
There, like, it's cool to have memories of, like, man, I hung out, I kicked it with Brian Pillman Jr. or whoever for a little bit. I have such great memories. Every week I can watch like TV, big time TV, you know, wrestling wise, and be like, dude, that guy, that girl, Warrior Wrestling had them on the shows. Look what they're doing now. Like, people should be genuinely happy for that. But I get it, you know, to the fans that aren't super into it like us, we're like, hey, we gotta know like some of the ins and outs of the business to satiate our hunger and desire for professional wrestling, you know. But dude, there comes a point where it's like there's people that just don't get that, you know. And we gotta, god damn, I lost my train of thought. I was on the fucking rant. I was going. It's coming back.
Keep going. You got this.
God damn. Oh, but anyways, like I'm saying, dude, we should be fucking proud that these people are moving on, and you get to see the next crop of people, because main case in point is the indies are not starved of talent, dude. They're not. They're been the best it's ever been the last probably 20 years in the history of independent professional wrestling. You know, like.
And everybody bitches about, well, nobody's building stars. They're not homegrown talent. Well, Casey wrestles. Jesus, you can tell him on Twitter all the time. Casey Navarro. I wouldn't say, obviously, he's everywhere. I wouldn't say he's only a Warrior guy, right? Because he's everywhere. But he's done a lot of really good work at Warrior, and he's got to show off at Warrior in a way that he hasn't been able to show off at other promotions. And we knew he had something the minute we were going to let him beat Will Ospreay. And so... well, we knew that it was going to be a build, and we wanted to do that because he has everything you need. And yes, the indies are not void of talent. This is okay. Here's my stuff, because you brought this up. Like, oh, why? So number one, yeah, bigger companies do take the top talent. They should let those people get paid. Shut up. It's fine. There'll be another wrestler that. Who's 2023's Will Ospreay? Will Ospreay is now Will Ospreay. But who is next? There's somebody coming up. We just don't know their name yet. So, like, let's figure out who that is. Is it an Encore Moore who came in, and most people hadn't even, I'd never seen his match. I told him that straight to his face. Great guy. Came in and killed it in that match with Casey. If you like flippy fast, like that new type indie wrestling style, like Encore Moore, bro. Like, nothing's wrong with that guy. He can talk, too, which is awesome. If we're not building stars, then there becomes a vacuum. But that vacuum really doesn't exist. You just think it exists because you're not watching enough indies. Secondly, there is a thing that we call in Warrior banger saturation. And what we mean by this is... look at Defy's cards, killing it. Look at Wrestling Revolver's cards, killing it. GCW, killing it. Impact's Bound for Glory card. Jesus. All of these indie promotions, and yeah, I'll give it to them. They're the bigger ones, right? Like, well, above us, whatever. Warrior has a name and a brand, but like maybe they get a little bit more reach, maybe whatever. But like respect-wise, I think we're in the conversation. At least that's my God complex telling me that I'm like that. Anyway, we need a place where we're not just sharing with all these other promotions.
Yes.
We need to share those top talent. The Rascals need to be on our show. They need to be on Impact. They need to be working Wrestling Revolver. They need to be everywhere. GCW. Gringo, go everywhere, bro. Live your life. But you're our Lucha. And he loves us, and we love him. We get it. I want my guys to make money. They want to make a living. Let them do their thing. Let them get exposure, because they're on their way somewhere else, and we know that there's a day coming. But let's not. So, yes, we have to share. That's another contributing factor to why isn't every indie card ever nothing but bangers and never before seen things like it was 5-10 years ago? Well, the climate has changed, guys. But good news is there's a lot of people that you haven't seen and you don't know their name that are going to come in and tear down the house.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Another guy that we brought in that I thought was awesome was I'm gonna not remember his name right now, which is really
blame it on Sreten. That's all right.
We brought him in with Christopher Daniels.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Was he the bit was no, maybe I'm thinking of
African American guy, young guy.
Yeah, big dude.
Drink, trained by I can know all the facts about him, but I can't remember his damn name off the top of my head. Anyways, cut that because I don't want to embarrass him. Who's another example of somebody that we brought in that maybe not everybody knew?
Well, dude, and here's the thing. What's his name? Brian Keith?
Yes.
The bounty hunter? Shout out to fucking Jaime and the dudes at Loco Wrestling, dude, in Texas, because, like, that's where I got familiar with him. You know, like, he's doing a lot of shit down there, and, like, and then you see him pop up here occasionally and shit, and, like, to have him appear at Warrior, awesome. He's another talent. That's why you guys are a great conduit for fucking talent. Everybody that is on TV or doing something big in the fucking wrestling business comes through Warrior. Whether they're hot at the time, they're just on the cusp, you don't know it yet. Like, all these people are gone. Brian Pillman Jr. was your champion. Now he's Lexus King, in WWE,
yeah, exactly.
NXT,
thing, like,
libations at Warrior Wrestling.
A Trevor Outlaw, who's a great local talent, who some people know because he's been like on bigger platforms, got a little bit of exposure, but maybe not. When Trevor Outlaw goes in there with Sky, that's his time to show that, you know what, he can hang. When with TV people, with Takeshita and Grayson, great match. Grayson got to show off against one of the hottest people in wrestling right now. You got Santana coming in with Brian Keith. Yeah.
Jacked as ever, too. Santana's fucking ripped.
Like Casey, we brought in Buddy. We brought in all these killers, right?
Bring Julia Hart next. Come on.
Dude, bro, I would love to get Julia.
That'd be sick.
I don't know if they've ever tried to talk to her or get her or whatever. I would personally, she's on my list of, like, if Henry got what he wanted on a Warrior show. Sting is for even because that's my guy. I've always been a Sting guy. Fuck Hogan. I've always been a Sting guy. You can quote me on that. I don't care.
There's nothing wrong with that, though.
Not fuck Hogan like I don't like him, but, like, I don't.
He brought us to the dance. He's just kind of a piece of shit.
The point is, Warrior has always brought in TV quality talent, the higher end talent, and brought it in with, maybe you don't know them yet, but they're just as good. And we want to show you guys that. And we're going to continue to do that because we feel like that's our position in this whole thing. Is you're right. We're a conduit. We're the Union Station of indie wrestling. We're the meeting point. You're right. Everybody who's anybody, pretty much at some point, has been on a Warrior show. I'm not saying we've had every name ever. That's not what I'm
Rey Mysterio was fucking there. Everybody, shut up.
Man.
Just say that.
Like,
Ray fucking Mysterio.
Mick Foley was there.
Yeah,
Wardlow,
Bret Hart, Kurt Angle.
Wardlow, Kurt Angle, Ospreay. Amazing Red, for Christ's sake. And that match was fucking burn the house down.
God, dude.
I'll never forget that shit. Or the Austin Aries cage match.
Dude, all those guys, all those people. I just, and let's not forget, like, the lineage of the women's championship. Everybody stars, particularly at the time that they had the belt. Like,
Britt Baker was there fucking wrestling for that fucking thing. And Tessa Blanchard, and those were fucking bangers back in the day. Like, dude, come on.
Yep. Yeah. Like, any of them. But the Kylie, Thunder, but like, look at the Lucha lineage for the Lucha belt. Like, Aramis, you know him in Mexico. You might not know him up here, some people. But if you know Lucha Libre, you know who Aramis is. You know who Sam Adonis is if you follow anything.
Yeah, dude.
Sam's fucking kill. I love fucking Sam, dude.
Drive me nuts when people were like, "Who is this guy? Who's this gringo? Who's this white guy? Not gringo like loco, gringo like white guy."
Like,
that you guys keep bringing in, like put it on a luchador, and we're like, you don't get more luchador than Sam Adonis, bro.
Exactly. Chicas.
People in Mexico for the longest time, guys. Like, pay attention.
He's not like CNN and shit. He was the drunk guy in Mexico.
But now, then Vikingo comes in, has 4 bangers.
You guys got to have him too. Like, holy shit, dude. Like,
and like, we're not opposed
Suzuki, dude. Minoru fucking Suzuki.
Dude, he's on my short list,
Minoru.
bro. Like, give me so. Anyways, I'll tell you my idea for him offline, because if it ever happens in real life, I don't want to ruin that. But
what about? I mean, you got a lot of there's a lot of fresh crop of talent that got released from WWE, and I got to be thinking myself, with the ties to the Midwest of Chicagoland, Mustafa Ali maybe doing something.
Bro, all I'm gonna say is any of those guys that Mustafa you personally would say you would want to see at a Warrior show, just know that everybody at Warrior is having those same thoughts. Now,
nice.
Any of that stuff happens down the road, we don't know. That's not what I get paid to do. That's Steve's bag. I'm hoping that he can make something happen with somebody. If he doesn't, he doesn't. This isn't a promise. This is just saying, we're aware. And if you think that we don't want some of those people, you're wrong. Our world champ has already asked for certain people. We've had other people ask for certain people. And guys, as a fan, I hope it happens, because I want to be there with my camera saying that I got to, you know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. And the thing with Warrior is that we have the relationships and we have the history of falling into some really good opportunities. Athena's first match back to the Indies versus Thunder, one of the greatest matches in Warrior history. Athena, one of our greatest champions.
At Cicero Stadium, right?
Like, bro, dude, that match was so good. The point is that sometimes Warrior just lucks out and we get a banger. You know what I mean? And
a couple bangers.
And I hope it happens, dude. I hope it happens. I've told Steve, you don't have to pay me this month. There were 2 of those names that were favorites of mine that I'm like, I don't care, bro. Take my money. Go get those guys. I'll do it for free if they're on the show. So yeah. And personally, the guys I would love to see anywhere in Chicago, but particularly on a Warrior show, would be like Doffer Ali. Like, right? I mean, why not? I wouldn't be surprised if New Japan or AEW or somebody like that is able to scoop them up because they got some more dough to throw around. But it's a business. Let them go make their money. Maybe we'll get
let them get signed, then come work a couple dates, just like Takeshita does. I mean, and Mike Santana.
I know that I'm not going to get in trouble by saying anybody in the Warrior office would be definitely open to a conversation, whether it happens or not. It's wrestling, bro.
That's right.
We'll see what happens.
Speaking of things happening, I mean, this podcast, Warrior Wrestling Podcast, the official first and only Warrior Wrestling podcast, it's going to be dropping in November. What are you guys going to be on all platforms? Right now, let people know where they can find you guys and, pop all the Warrior fucking merchandise.
So I'm going to do a shotgun effect on this, but the secure home that you will always be able to find it at is on our YouTube channel, because it is video. The second place is we're paying Elon enough money now where I can post any long video I want. So our Twitter, on our highlights page, I'm going to be dropping full episodes there. They're going to be 20 minutes, in and out, sticking to the subject, not a lot of BS, hitting whatever we thought we wanted to hit, and then we're in and out. We don't want to be, we went back and forth on format and long form, and are we going to talk about our babies and our girlfriends and our whatever? No, we're not going to do that. It's just going to be, all right, Steve, we got a 20-minute time limit. We got Kirby and some of the announcers saying stuff for us.
There you go.
And some Coors Banquet beer.
Yeah.
You can send us one, Juice, in your Screamo voice. Like, this podcast is for a 20-minute time limit. Like, give me it. I'll add it. Like, we got it. But, like, that's the point. We just want to get in and out, give people something to... We're hoping, this is my actual hope, that I drop this on Twitter or our YouTube channel, and we get to have more interaction during... Because we're not running every month, right?
Yeah.
So
you gotta have some
shows. This helps us keep everybody engaged, keep a conversation going, really get closer to the fans, get a feel for what they actually want from us, and maybe if we can help deliver on some of that. I don't know, but we're gonna see. Dude, we could release 20 episodes of this and nobody likes it, and we just act like it didn't happen. Or
it's all right. We released like over 300 and it's acting like that, but we still can't take a lick and keep on ticking.
Yeah, but you guys do better numbers than 2 heels and a face, so whatever.
Come on, those are always. They probably do way better than us.
No. I forget they exist. No, it's not true, actually. I'm just stretching the truth. Just so you know, if I go on their podcast, I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to be like, dude, I hate Juice, dude. Like,
there you go.
That's all right. I hate myself.
The double turn.
Going to bring me down. Oh.
But yeah, dude, the podcast.
Look at that extra medium.
We'll see what it does. It's something we've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm just thankful that Warrior's gonna let me be me, and maybe a little bit more restrained of a Henry than you've seen on this podcast. This is Henry's full hair down, and yes, that was a joke. But I don't know, man. It got a response, dude. We dropped the logo, and like it got a pretty decent response for us on Twitter, and I was like, oh, and on Instagram. I was like, oh, okay, maybe the fans are interested in this. And everybody's, when we asked what they wanted to hear, number one thing they said was talent. Number two thing they said was some behind the scenes stuff. And you're going to get that. You're going to know what Steve thinks. And you're going to know what I think. I might be the one that gets the heat, but I'm totally fine being a heel. So, Deuce, you've talked to me in real life. You know, the guy is the same guy. Like, I don't care. So, yeah, my favorite people in wrestling are Frank the Clown and MJF.
Perfect.
Not wrong.
Fuck MJF.
God damn it!
All right,
every time. Every time. He's Sreten scumbag.
He's having the heel run of his life right now, and that's
he is.
His kangaroo kick, and they don't know that when that other shoe drops, it's gonna be like, yeah, the whole time, guys. And he got a kangaroo kick over.
Yeah,
yeah, he did. Yeah, and a body slam.
I'm waiting for it, dude. I'm waiting.
Master manipulator, master at his craft. You don't get any better than that. Mm-hmm. I want to see, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now, guys. I want to see Roman Reigns get a kangaroo kick over. I don't think he can
Not
do
happening.
It.
Not happening.
No, it would seem ridiculous.
Do it. And I'm not saying Roman couldn't do it in real life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Roman Reigns character. Because I think that guy's uber talented, and he just does a really good job with what they give him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you know what I mean? You know who I think the kangaroo kick over is the Miz. The Miz could get a fucking...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he could.
Yeah, he could. I would agree.
That guy, he's one of those guys that, like, I don't want him to leave. I want him to get that paycheck. But if that day ever comes, I will be chomping at the bit for a Miz competition. I would love that, dude. He's genuinely one of my favorite guys ever. Went on a reality TV show as a fucking mark. and look at him now.
Exactly.
Look at him now. And all of you guys sit in your basement talking shit on Twitter. Look at his hot wife. You guys
exactly.
suck.
The thing is,
and his 70 rooms
probably
and 34
are
cars.
looking at his hot wife, albeit with a bedside table full of Jergens and
I'll his tights.
Yeah,
poor attitude.
I have no time for the pervy wrestling fan.
No,
before we finish up, speaking of sucks, I did want to address also that Frank the Clown also sucks, and
okay.
He's probably the worst clown I've ever seen.
This guy
Bozo is way more talented than him. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Sucks.
Him and MJF can.
I'm just gonna get super defensive about
this
Frank.
guy.
But no, you, sir, are entitled to love what you love, and I will also love very loudly what I love, and it is a rainbow clown. That's what
I'm a very
love.
Positive person.
Bang, bang.
Except Frank the Clown can eat shit and
Frank the Clown's
fuck
over.
MJF.
Frank the Clown is over like Rover.
Dude, hey, it's actually people should get an
Frank
award. Like,
rules.
if Fred doesn't like you, I mean,
You're doing your
deserve
job.
An award. You deserve your fucking
You're
award.
doing your job.
It's a work, brother. Shoot.
So can I ask you a question? When it comes to Frank, does he have heat with you, or is it go away heat? Like you just don't get it and you'd rather not see him? Like, and be honest, he ain't gonna care. Like, trust me, he's a narcissist. He can
He's
handle
gonna
it.
force him to break kayfabe.
Oh, okay.
Trying to stick an X pocket.
I feel like he doesn't know how to put on his makeup as a clown.
Got it.
I feel like he should, I've seen his shoes. They look stupid.
Yeah, they're really expensive though.
I don't care.
Can you afford those shoes?
They're fucking
That's
clown
what he would
shoes.
say if he was here.
Clown shoes.
He, as a walking embodiment, he is clown shoes. Quoting Kevin Smith
bro.
from 2000
He's
and
a
whatever.
clown, guys. He's a clown. He went to clown college.
He and Ron McDonald.
I actually really, you know what I enjoyed
he's
that he
better
did
than Ron.
a few years ago? It was one of the first stadium shows when he got thrown off the benches by Murder Hawk. That was awesome. That's the best thing he ever did.
I remember seeing that.
When he landed on that hard gravel.
Going over to the pig.
That was the best thing he ever did.
You know what I love about that spot till this day is that people, when Frank gets a little too mouthy on social, people just tag Lance and be like, Lance, come take care of this clown. He's like, whenever you're ready, fly me out. Like every time. It's like been 3 years and Lance is still like, oh, you guys. And then every once in a while, he'll see what's happening and he'll just jump in and be like, guys, need me to handle that clown for you? And I
That's
love it.
great.
Dude,
I do.
Lance is a big man. He's a no BS kind of guy in real life. But he is a
I've seen him in the back in the locker room and him just talk and give some fucking man, show mad respect. Fuck, we're all here to do a job. Like just a leader, dude.
Professional and a leader in the locker room, at least every time he's been around us at Warrior. Dude, I would take every talent acting like him when it comes to us. Like, we like the pros, we don't like the weirdness, you know?
The cons. No one likes the cons except the Tonys. Not so much the Knicks. Hey, we're running along, and we're gonna end this motherfucker, but real quick, because, dude, I mean, we've been fucking supporting you guys since fucking Warrior 3, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it out to the last several because just scheduling you guys always running motherfucking shows when there's birthday parties or family shit. I'm like,
or when I'm moving to Florida and I'm living in Florida. Wait,
all right,
but I'm glad you're back on Fight. Because shout out to my homie Joel, dude. We always support. We're good friends.
Warrior fucking rules.
Fuckers that fight. Yeah, dude. I want now.
You put on the list. You know that, right? You just tell me you're coming. You're on the list. You get in. You already know. Secondly, if you send me your family calendar, maybe I can pick dates.
Do that, right? Specifically do it for me because I'm a fucking hard mark.
Yeah, you are. We know
hard
that.
mark.
Hard marks with the hard marks in your undies.
Dude, like I said, it was like missing Steve vibes right now because, like when we first started out and like I said, Warrior 3 started, I caught wind of that. I was like, holy shit, this is close. I like, what they're doing, who they're bringing in was insane.
It was the best.
And, we were fortunate enough to have Steve and his wife like in the studio, and Steve's been there several times, been on the show tons of times, dude. Like it's always been a great support thing and a mutual respect thing. And I really appreciate that. And we really appreciate that. So real quick, I just wanted to go around, just real quick, because we got to end this motherfucker. And, each of us share like at least a couple of our favorite moments from then on to now, with Warrior, because what you guys are doing is so fucking awesome. I can't, suck phallus enough. Try to keep his PG.
True.
Kiss a little culo. But, dude, we've had so much fun there. And we'll start with you, Henry, obviously. What's been like your two most favorite moments of your experiences with Warrior Wrestling, dude?
Well, before I say that, because you gave us love, here's some back. I didn't talk to anybody else about talking about this podcast and launching it or talking about a date or any of that with anybody else. It was you, and there's a reason for that. You're always been there for us. Even when I'm like, hey, we want to do this stupid thing where podcasters tell us what their picks are for a match, and like 2 hours later I got a video from you again, 2 heels in a face, all the Chicago guys. So like literally the Chicago scene, whether people realize it or not, you guys are a part of that and on the indie level, and we love you guys. And so thank you for bringing me on to talk in a way that you will never hear Steve talk. If you want clean cut actual Warrior, it's Steve. If you want the weird Maverick guy that they shouldn't put on camera but keeps ending up on camera, that's me. If you really want to know who actually runs all of Warrior, you got to bring Tiff on the show because she's the unsung hero. Nothing gets done at Warrior without the 5 or 6 women behind the scenes who carry all the load for all the, like, Steve, Eric, me, whatever, the producers, they don't do anything compared to those women. Those women carry the buck. Anyways, 2 favorite Warrior moments. First one that comes to mind is the way South Bend blew up when Vikingo jumped off that wall. I have been in the room for some pretty big pops at big shows, small shows, everywhere. That place erupted. People were stomping
They shit their pants.
They were finding walls to bang on.
Yeah. Like punching
Martin, who's seen every Lucha Libre spot you can think of. Martin from Wrestling with Unicorns is ringside with Hustle. Very experienced videographers out ringside, standing underneath of him, trying to get the shot. He jumps off. The place goes nuts. And these two are hugging each other. Spontaneously hugging each other.
Like crying a little bit.
That's pro wrestling, bro. Dude, I was in the tunnel, and I was with Eric, and we were tearing up. Because why does Henry do what Henry does? I want to be a part of a thing that makes people feel that.
Yeah.
Like if there's a higher power in my life, it's whatever that consciousness is that takes over that room and makes us all, for that 30 seconds of our lives, we forget everything we're going through. And that's all that matters. And you know that from playing in a band on a stage, it's the same thing. Stand-up comedians have a way of making us do that. There's this thing with live performance art that has been around for millennia that pro wrestling still has its finger on. So that is the first moment. I don't think it's the top moment. I just think that's the one that came to my head. The next one is just Frank the Clown. That's gonna be the answer. People think that, like, people have legitimately been like on Twitter, like, how much is he paying you? Guy doesn't pay me. I just love him. We're friends as much as anybody can be a real friend with that kind of person in real life, because it's not a gimmick. That's who he is. Just so you guys know. But you guys have already named some of the moments. He got dropped 20 feet by Lance Archer. Like what, 5, 6, 700, 1,000 people, whatever on that football field lost their freaking minds. That was right after he landed in an actual helicopter. Only been a few wrestlers in history that have ever done that, right? It was funny because the call on commentary was, if this is Ric Flair, like I started laughing. I've had to edit that clip 7 million times, and every time it pops me. But it's not just that. It's Frank the Clown. I'm not saying they needed Frank, but the FTC LLC did something for everyone. Casey didn't need Frank, but it did something for Casey as a character. And we were able to build multiple shows all off of the heat that one guy, and by his proxy, can get for an entire card. I say this publicly all the time. You take Frank off of our shows, we don't have heat. Not real heat. And I think that he needs to get his due for that. You don't have to like him. That's the point. You can want him to go away. That's also the point. But he's doing his job if you feel that way.
Agreed.
And so, Master, he needs a paycheck, though. One of these shows, give him Abaddon. The guy wants Abaddon. Jesus.
You just say Abaddon? Did you say Abaddon? Abaddon needs to be everywhere right now. Abaddon needs to be on AEW programming.
So close to Frank that he would love Abaddon. He's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to punch me in the face and never tell me anything again. So, Frank, I'm
Dude,
sorry.
if you book Abaddon, Bodi will fucking come up.
I will fly. I will walk up there from Florida.
He will walk with a big stick softly.
This is Dream Match, Henry. This isn't me saying this has ever been talked about or anything. This has never been talked about. This is like if Henry could book my birthday's in December, so say Warrior runs in December. Henry could book the match. One of the matches I would love to see on a Warrior card is Abaddon Max. Max Impales.
Oh, that would be the shit.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah, that'd be good. You know what else I think would be awesome is Abaddon and God damn it, how is her name escaping me from Impact?
Su Yung?
No. Rosemary.
Oh, yes. Or Masha or Masha, however you pronounce her name.
Masha
She's
Slamovich.
been sticking out to me lately. I actually saw her at Women's Wrestling Army when I did some stuff for them a long time ago. I saw her and I walked up to her and I was like, look, I texted Steve and Eric 2 people's stuff and yours was one of them. And she's like, oh my God, I would love to be a Warrior. And I'm like, I don't book anybody. I just sometimes they go, we'll take a look at it when I text them. And that's what I did. She hasn't been there since. They like her. It's what it is, but she's killing it. I would love to see her against anybody. Her Sky at a Warrior show would be great. Like Sky versus anybody works because Sky's just uber babyface and everybody loves her until whatever that Miss thing she's got going takes over.
I like that she still had it on at Warrior too. Like it got bigger. It was cool.
Guys,
good continuity.
I'm not making this up. She was acting weird.
Good continuity.
She was staring off into space. This isn't kayfabe. You guys are going to be like, he's doing a bit right now. I don't know, man. Something might be happening with her. Anyway,
That's awesome.
There's some definitely happening.
That's awesome.
Like, I've been around Sky, dude. She's bubbly. She's great. She's a great girl. Really cool. I don't know. She seemed kind of off.
Welcome to the darkness.
I think you can see it too, like on camera. She's smiling, but not. Like, I don't know, man. And the makeup was there. I think it was makeup. Anyway. But yeah, so any Frank the Clown moment. Vikingo, Frank the Clown. I think those are just some peaks. I mean, we've had a lot of bangers. We've had a lot of
so much. But that's like a couple of your fondest memories of Warrior. Sreten, what about you? Come on.
All right, I'll keep it really quick. 2 came to mind as soon as you asked the questions. And crazy enough, they both involve Frank the Clown. The first one was he cut a promo. I can't remember which Warrior it was. And I walked away after like his third word, and I took like the best piss of my life. I had to pee so bad. So I took a pee break during one of his promos. And then the second time, like after maybe like 5 or 6 seconds, I dozed off and I took a hell of a nap, bro. I got woken up to like him getting slammed against the ring or something, and it woke me up, and then I enjoyed the rest of the show. But thanks to him, I would have peed my pants because all the rest of the matches were awesome. And I guess I was really tired because I caught up on some sleep. So those are my two. Thanks, nice. Frank.
I like it.
The clown.
I like it.
I know I talk a lot, but I've never had an aspiration of getting in the ring, but like, we might have to do producer versus producer here. I don't know. Like, I
don't know. Sreten has been known to be, his body has been overtaken by the spirit of Andre the Giant. It's something we did with we have a very occult vibe and know-how. We fucked up, did some shit. A lot of people that now all of a sudden Andre is disgruntled that he's being channeled into this man's body and being disturbed from heaven, where he gets to fuck Marilyn Monroe and all the fucking, do all the crazy shit, party with Tupac, and
Scott Hall and
Monty. So I would be very wary because he ain't right, man. I'm just telling you. He's a giant.
He has his heater in the spirit of Andre. Maybe I'll just call a heater of my own, like Lance or Suzuki. Whatever.
But I think you never know down the line. I mean, I would like to see that matchup because he fucking has he's like Dave Destein when it comes to fucking Frank the Clown.
Bro, I get it. The same reasons why you hate him are all the reasons why I love him. I'm glad that you got, as an insomniac, I'm glad you got to take a nap.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? He's providing you with service.
Yeah, I mean, he works hard, man. He's got to get that fucking sleep when he can, man. Bodi, what about you?
Oh man, there's so many memories. But if I had to pick two that stood out the most, besides Wardlow telling us we got that good, would be meeting Mick Foley, who's been my absolute like icon hero when I was pro wrestling. That's who I emulated myself as, was Cactus Jack. So meeting him, sitting down with him, getting a chuckle and getting a laugh out of him a couple of times, that was like premier for me there. The second one would have to be, and I don't remember which Warrior this was at, but when we were sitting in the stands and there was a ton of lucha matches on the show, and there was like a lucha crowd next to us, and they had the drums and everything. Oh yeah. And every time something big would happen, we'd all start chanting.
The blast beat
fucking drums. I'm like, yeah, dude, we're getting into it, dude. I had goosebumps that whole night, dude. That was one of my favorite things ever at any wrestling event ever. That was probably my favorite thing.
Every wrestling show needs the lucha drum roll as a getting ready to like tope suicida.
Yes.
Like the like it's great, dude.
Dude, we need to start seeing fucking chanclas thrown in the ring.
No shit, dude.
Back in the day, WCW, there was a woman, Nancy Benoit. She had the high heels when they were with the Four Horsemen. Let's see some chanclas, fucking. I tripped on my chancla.
Some chanclas.
Lady said that.
Ricky Starks did that. He's like, he did. I texted Martin from Wrestling with Unicorns. I was like, Martin, do you like still run from your mom when she does this? And he's like, bro, I don't go anywhere near her. She's going to take that sandal off, bro. Nope, it don't happen. And I grew up with a lot of, I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. So, I'm very familiar. I have had Latina moms pull their sandal off on me before, and it's not fun. It's not fun. I don't want to get hit with that. They can get stuff around the corner. Man, you don't
damage my lighting with my chancla. I tried to do a bit and threw a chancla directly at my lighting. So now
way to go, weenie.
Weird. Fucking.
What about you, Juice? What's your two favorite Warrior moments?
One I could tell you was
me, obviously.
Yeah. One that comes to mind that's fairly recent was in South Bend. That whole vibe, that first time there. And it was fucking, dude, it was packed. Everybody was fucking off their shit. I got to sit with Zoran at the timetable, dude, and ring the bell for a fucking 5-star match, Meltzer, with Brian Cage and Will Ospreay, dude. Wow, dude. Wow. As a wrestling fucking fan, we're all marks. Like, mark is not a bad term, you know,
Nope.
like contrary to popular belief. It's
Not
all,
at all.
all in who you are, you know, but we all mark out for what we like, right?
True.
Some bullshit industry term. That was amazing, dude. That was super cool. And like I said, to get the, whether you like Dave Meltzer or not, dude, he's an institution. If you really have paid attention to pro wrestling over the last 30, 40 years, like as a little kid, like getting all those magazines and, you know, paying attention to Wrestling Observer and shit. And like that was the guy who knew the shit.
Him and Bill Apter.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. So I got nothing but mad respect for him, whether people like it or not. But that was a great memory. And then man, dude, I think the first time you guys did the football field, that was like special. Like that was like Sreten was there with me too. Like, dude, that was cool. I can't describe the feeling really that I truly felt there. I can't put it in the words because like you think like instantly, especially being in the Chicagoland area. I'm such an old school at heart, like fucking purist when it comes to just old fucking wrestling and like the characters. Like I'm instantly thinking like Chicago football field and fuck your boy Frank got to live out part of that dream. Ric Flair coming down in Comiskey, you know, in a fucking helicopter, like that shit. I'm thinking of the Road Warriors coming out back in the day and shit. And I'm like, I'm on a football field, like Chicagoland, like there's some badass wrestling going down. I'm having some drinks. This is a good ass vibe, dude, you know? Like that it felt big time, man. It wasn't just like going to, you know, a gymnasium, which is fine. That's great. I get it. Hey, anybody put on bangers where you can put them on. That doesn't matter. But when you're able to do something special like that and everything just felt cool and fucking professional, and, you know, especially at the time at the school, you know, they got a lineage of motherfuckers that play on that field that are in the NFL, you know, like,
yep.
Cool shit.
Yeah, we absolutely love Stadium Series Friday Night Lights. It's always a staple for us. Always some of our. I feel like it's Warriors WrestleMania almost. We treat it like it's our biggest show of the year because it means that much to us, and everybody who's ever gone to one of those shows says what you just said. Yeah. I really like Bendix, that arena itself. And Bendix always, or South Bend always shows up. They're always loud. Little less of a crowd again at this last show than normal, but just as loud. They brought it. You can hear it on the feed. It's great. That building is about the energy, and there's no bad seat in the house. We love that place. Talia Hall was awesome too.
Yeah, I missed that one. I've been there for concerts, and I can only imagine. You know what a wrestler.
Yeah, 28 was there. It looked awesome. Like it just the building, the venue's great. So yeah, it's interesting that when we all went around and said our favorite Warrior moments, everybody said Frank the Clown. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna, you know, we're just gonna put that out there. Everybody should think about it a little bit. All right, he should really. I
don't personally have a problem with Frank.
I don't. I love Frank.
The only problem I have with Frank is maybe the problem that you might have with him, even though you fucking love him, is CM Punk. I just don't think he's a cool dude.
Look, man. I think all of you.
I will challenge right now on air that motherfucker's knowledge of punk rock any day.
Oh man, poser.
And talk some fucking punk rock. All right,
CM poser.
Maybe
put on a shirt.
Two Heels in a Face should continue this trivia session with you versus CM Punk on some punk rock trivia.
That is cross promotion at its finest, brother.
Yes. Whoa, yeah. Ooh, hey.
Yeah.
Stand up. I like it.
Yeah. You got to be a man, even though Gene says you don't.
Exactly.
Dude, Henry, thank you for coming on this week and sharing some man. Shit, man. Dude, like I'm so stoked for you guys. Fucking Warrior, like I said, it's always fucking been there with us, and we're there with you guys for the long haul. And right now, if you want to pop up any socials where everybody can find you and buy some merch, and then we'll continue to do the same right after.
Awesome. Yeah, so Warrior Wrestling on all the social medias, it's Warrior and then wrestling without the vowels because there's a certain college that had our tags that we wanted. Anyways,
Oof.
my personal is Magic is Art. That's the brand. Find me there. Anybody who needs production stuff, I am for hire. I will slut myself out. That's probably not the best way of putting it, but hire me. News on that coming soon. There's a couple of organizations that I'm not going to be public about that Henry's talking to, and if it's wrestling, it might not work, but if it works, just applaud me when it happens because I worked really hard to get it. So, but yeah, Magic is Art, Warrior, wrestling without the vowels. That's us on everything. Follow Warrior first before you follow me, but if you do follow me, you'll be in good company, like John Cena. I don't know why, but I'm one of the 600 chosen. I don't know why. I tweet at him, right? Trying to see if maybe him or his manager will just give me a rub, but it never happens.
No.
So, it's whatever. Hurts my feelings.
Right. He needs a little rub of that hairspray on the back of his bald spot. It's freaking me out, making me feel old.
Yeah,
anyway,
come on, Peacemaker.
Positive. We keeping it positive on this motherfucker. Hey,
You better.
if you guys like what you anyways, Warrior Wrestling 2, I can't stress enough. Check it out on Fight TV. They're back on Fight. Get Fight Plus. You can get fucking GCW there. Black Label Pro is there. There's all kinds of fucking good wrestling on there. And Warrior's back on it. Fucking stoked about that. If you like what you heard and if you like what you seen, hit that like and subscribe button. Share it with your fucking friends. Or don't. Be a fucking baby back bitch. I don't care. Let's do something. I don't know. Hey, buy our shirts. ProWrestlingTees.com/JPWT.
Buy the shirt.
They're there. They're for fucking sale. If you're on any podcasting platform listening right now, rate and review. And once again, share. That's how we don't get paid. You know, I don't know what we're doing wrong, but I'm tired of spreading.
Not getting paid. That's what we're doing.
I'll take a look at your guys' stuff. There might be some SEO tricks.
But there might.
I like SEO tricks.
I like getting
I also like SEO
into that algorithm, if you know what I mean. Quit blocking my shit because I ain't paying for promotions. Anyways, we're on all the social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that shit. Please follow us. And hey, turn up, XPW, Juice Pro Wrestling, Handsome Prick, Elbow Deep, Manifestations, Emperor. We got the Necro Butcher, a.k.a. the MAGA Butcher. We got Masada. We got Dirty Ron. We got Mickey Knuckles. We got The Body showing up.
We got everybody.
Dude, we got so much shit coming up.
Everybody.
October 20th and 21st. In Gary, Indiana, Miller Beach. Miller Beach Performance Theater. Get your tickets right now. XPWChicago1.eventbrite.com and XPWChicago2.eventbrite.com. We're going to be ripping this motherfucker apart. It's going to be streaming like next day at streamxpw.com. So you guys get to see a little bit of the brutal underground side of pro wrestling and heavy metal. You know, death metal, grindcore, some of the best shit going on. So please get your tickets, check that shit out. And real quick, I just want to throw a shout out to fucking Cannibal Corpse and Gorguts for tearing it up. I got to see them in Gary a week ago and for my birthday, and it was a fucking amazing.
The new album rules. New fucking album rules. Eric Rutan, you're a fucking beast.
My guitar player got to meet him. He was like there blowing his fucking, I would have life away. And then at least got to meet Eric Rutan. You know, fucking casinos. They're like graveyards. They have tons of zombies in them. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Henry, thank you for fucking being a part of the show. Until next time, Warrior Wrestling, Juice Pro Wrestling. Wet-ama.
You gonna do sex to me?
Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!